Oh, Barefoot Bandit instead of Breakout. All right. This is an animation and it's an hour. All right. Thanks to the Prime Elite.
Can you believe the teen known as the Barefoot Bandit has been caught? Police in the Bahamas.
Oh, I thought they gave him like special shoes to make sure he couldn't run again.
Crash landing a stolen plane on the island of Eleuthera.
Wow.
19-year-old Colton Harris-Moore.
I'm not a religious man, but bless you and everyone in chat.
Thanks, Insane.
5 airplanes.
Well, let's see how Colton did it. Ah, the city of Townsville. The prison of Townsville. Is this really an hour-long animation? This shit must have been so
Daddy's
expensive.
want to Carl, who is Joe.
Ah, the classic memes. I won't fall for it. Oh, you should have never given Colton shoes. He doesn't need them. His bare feet is enough.
Colton Harris-Moore is 17 years old when he escapes from a halfway house in Renton, Washington.
It's like Uncharted.
He will remain free for more than 2 years. His story will become legend. His legend will become history.
It looks like the main character tripped from Facade. This feels like a direct sequel.
Group home in Renton last night. Harris-Moore was just 15 when he was arrested for breaking into homes, stealing valuables, and using computers to place fraudulent online orders.
Oh,
he was
smart.
serving a 3-year sentence when he escaped.
Damn, Colton. So is this a guy you could root for, or
I love her videos
probably
and they
not?
always cheer me up. I'm really going through it, and I just wanted to say thank you for being who you are.
I hope it'll work itself out soon, Pilot. Hope things look up for you, man. Thanks for the kind words. Yeah, the hair's getting pretty long, Sabbath. Thanks for the Prime, Fast Pilot. Woo, baby! I love the Initial D. Reminds me of the Freak on a Leash Korn music video. What the fuck? Far be it from me to question the authenticity of the story this is based on, but I don't think Colton Harris did that unless he is fucking Captain America.
Tonight, there's an all-out search for Colton Harris-Moore. Dressed in camouflage and armed with rifles, at least 2 separate agencies are looking for the teenage burglar after he was spotted late last night.
Oh, Jesus, he's already got 5 stars in GTA.
Store where Harris-Moore was last seen. While the 17-year-old is 6'5" and 200 pounds, he is crafty and knows the woods. For more than a year, he eluded law enforcement, playing a frustrating game of cat and mouse.
One of my sergeants came in and he says, "Hey boss, did you hear that Colton Harris-Moore got out, or, escaped?" And I was not very happy because I knew where he was coming. He was coming back to his old stomping grounds and all these burglaries and the whole thing.
Chris looks like he's afraid of him just because he's gonna get bullied by him or something.
This is
Why
what
would he go back
happens
to his
when
old
kids
stomping
don't
ground?
Fortnite.
Going to the police station.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Chase. This is what's happening right now since Fortnite's been down.
Packages of hot dogs and beef jerky, potato chips, a whole rack of vitamin water. I mean, I don't know how he hauled all this stuff away.
The undersheriff tells me there's been 9 burglaries across Island County in the last 2 weeks. Now,
Damn, this is fucking nuts.
That any of them are related or linked to Colton Harris-Moore.
Moore is accused of breaking into dozens of
What year was
homes
this? I
and
forgot.
disappearing into the woods of Camino Island.
Island residents begin to notice strange charges
2010?
on their credit cards from online stores.
What?
Outdoor
That
games,
recent?
bear mix,
Are you telling me Colton
computer
Harris-Moore
hacking
could still be out there?
GPS systems,
Playing Fortnite
and
in the woods?
items they will never see. Colton is gearing up for an adventure.
Thanks to the resub Adwad.
He knew those woods. He grew up there. He knew every trail, every pathway, and he was building his camps in very, very thick brush.
What is the point in being
where you
barefoot
couldn't
going
cover
around
trails
woods
with
like that? It seems like a
You go in
massive
there and
hindrance. You could
stomp
step
all
on
of
something
that, the
spiky.
area down and put, like,
Used
a
heroin
in
needle,
there,
could step
or
on a
some type of
sleeping
lean-to,
pedophile in the
or
woods.
just even a sleeping
I don't
bag.
see what advantage he has by
And
being
he'd find his
barefoot.
camp, and he'd just move to another one.
Not too sure how we actually met up. I think it might have been outside of school.
Thanks to
He's
Prime,
a
Robbie.
couple years younger than I am.
Harley Davidson is that kid's actual name. What a shame.
Anybody can do a burglary. Don't matter if you're the dumbest person in the world. You can get through a window or get through an open door.
Can you say
I was
happy
looking for
birthday
cash,
to
he
my
was
cousin
looking for
Nick?
credit cards and
Ah,
laptops.
a classic attempt.
Vacation homes are actually ideal.
Thanks for the gift
because
sub,
of the fact
Tokyo.
that, one, nobody's there. Two, a lot of people like to leave their stuff at vacation homes. Money, computers, cars. We were driving a stolen 2007 Mercedes-Benz.
Cruising in style.
Every time we took it, we parked it in the garage in the same exact spot, washed the car, and filled the tank up for the people. So pretty much we went
My
on a
dad and
joyride,
his
but we
brothers
at least
used to
filled
get
your
in
tank.
trouble with the sheriff and would hide in the woods for weeks. Not anything criminal, just being
No matter what,
retarded
you always
loud
have to look
teens.
behind you.
They once
Sleep
strapped a
one
row
night,
of firecrackers onto a big bell
Never
from
stay
a
in one
Bible
spot.
camp at midnight.
That's pretty
You
fucking
reminded me a
cool.
lot
That's
of
kind. I like
was
that.
when I was younger.
Thanks to the Prime, Ryle
know?
and Stoppy.
Kid that wanted to make some quick money and make a name for himself.
Teen Houdini Colton Moore has been on the run.
Ooh, that's a
since
good
he escaped
name.
3 months
Sounds like a
ago from group
CW
home on
show.
Camino Island. He had confessed to a string of burglaries. Now deputies think Moore's stealing again.
Everyone in the morning meeting loved the story idea. They wanted to know more about it. They wanted to know
Yeah, it's a
where
cool
he
fucking
is,
story.
What's happening, what's going on, what has he done this time? You know, he's already escaped this halfway house. How
I wonder how many
law
nicknames they
enforcement
give him.
catch
Teen
I mean,
Houdini,
everyone
Barefoot
started
Bandit.
talking.
We heard this name
I
Colton
should call him like the
Harris-Moore
Cream
as a
Dream.
Teenage suspect. behind
Supreme
burglary
Meme. I don't know.
I think
I'm
that
not in the
even if
news
it had been
business.
an
I don't know what
adult,
would stick.
There would have been a certain news value to it, just in the sheer number of burglaries that had happened. But the fact that it was a kid who was committing these crimes, I think, brought it to an entirely different level.
Saturday morning, someone broke into a deputy's car, stealing a rifle, ammo, and a laptop. Then
Bold.
yesterday, someone targeted a firefighter's truck in Fire Station. News Bureau Chief Rob Piercy reports
How the fuck is he getting into these places?
It's Colton Harris-Moore.
Hold on, I'm getting a phone call right now. It seems he's broken into my house and stolen my daughter's virginity. She had just turned 18 and I'm a little upset about it. How does he do it?
He burglarized this home just across the street from the fire station twice.
The fire station had been broken into. This infrared camera had been stolen. He had thought about it enough that
Thanks for the
fire
resub,
station
Buff.
may have an infrared camera, a device he could use to peer
Thanks,
into
Mo.
homes to see if someone's in there before breaking in.
Deputies launched an island-wide search today with help from canine units. They combed through wooded areas, down roads, familiar...
Yeah, the canine units aren't going to be very useful though because the Barefoot Bandit's already stolen a year's worth of dog treats. He's already accounted for this.
One morning he came and I figured he was hungry, like he was always hungry. And he loves my breakfasts because I make homemade hash browns that I
Ooh.
grate up myself. And
Sounds good, Pam.
So I made him a big breakfast, and we sat there and talked, and after he left, the cops came and
ate my hash
they
browns.
asked me the same old question, have you seen Colt? I said, yeah, we just sat down and had breakfast together. God, did they get mad. And, well, you know that that's harboring? And I said, he's my kid. If he's hungry, I'm going to feed him. I don't care if it's harboring him or not. And, yeah, they were pretty mad about that.
The Barefoot Bandit's mom is fucking awesome, too. Yeah, the police said they're gonna slap me with 50 years in jail, but I called their bluff. And I made them some bomb-ass hash browns. They dropped the charges. Fucking idiots.
Vendetta with the police.
Pussies didn't have it in
He
them.
wanted to steal their shotguns and their laptops, and I think he wanted them to look foolish. But I don't think most of us thought of him as a dangerous kid. He just seemed like a kid.
The Breakfast Bandit.
Really hasn't been socialized. Which is another part of
maybe
it.
that'll be Pam's title.
Well, who is this kid? I mean, he didn't really go through a school system, did he? He kind of is self-taught in everything. I mean, he learned how to steal. He did.
This kid's like a real-life Killua from Hunter x Hunter. Well, actually, it's not even close.
When I first
There's
met
just him
at,
hiding in the tree reminded
Reno,
me of it.
The maximum security institution. We were out in the hall, just talking, and we got along, got to be friends. He was intelligent. The way he spoke, it just sounded
Never
like a
thought
smart
I'd
guy.
see you watching a video about my hometown. I remember this all going down when I was younger.
Interested in that
I'm
as
surprised I
well.
never heard about it.
I think his mind was set on one thing and that he could accomplish that goal. And he was so confident in it. I want to be a professional.
Or Gon, sorry, I didn't mean Killua. Gon. I was thinking Gon.
Colton chose to operate in small communities. One of those communities was the little town of East Sound on Orcas Island.
Holy shit, is this town stuck in the 1950s? What the fuck was that
This
car?
was a picturesque little community on a beautiful bayside with what you might expect in a tourist community. There are restaurants, there are gift shops, a couple of grocery stores, a hardware store, a bank, and that's the list of places that Colton hit.
Ooh, the soundtrack just got nuts. Is this a Hans Zimmer? Huh. That's his sidekick, like Rocket Raccoon for the Barefoot Bandit.
Discovered that Colton
deer.
Harris, which we like to call him the cockroach, came in our
That's
second
rude.
story window, and what he did was, we've got a what we call the bullpen in the back, and he climbed up the fence, climbed up the roof, and went into the window upstairs. He basically just walked into our store and started getting what he needed, and then he decided to break into our safe, which he did, and this is our remains of it. Over
How?
$20,000 in our safe. He had big crowbars.
Thank you, I was wondering.
And he just pounded it to death, and it really looks like he did pound it to death.
I like how they're keeping all of this shit as a memento. Like, they're even kind of excited about it. Like, ooh, I hope he robs me. I want a souvenir.
Then used the credit card to buy instructional materials on how to fly a plane, had it mailed to the restaurant, then had apparently
Thanks to
been
the Prime,
monitoring,
Asuka.
you know, the tracking number from FedEx or UPS, whoever it was that shipped it, broke in that night.
Well, you're not wrong,
stole his
Sabbath.
manuals. You know, the idea that you would use someone's credit card to buy something and then have it shipped to their place of business and then break into their business and steal it. You know, it's unreal.
That's galaxy brain shit.
Colton sets
God damn,
up
Colton.
camp in the mountains.
You were too smart for
and
this life of
immerses
crime.
himself in the
You should have become a
solitude
streamer.
of nature.
Like all smart people.
A human
Or
shadow,
degenerates.
an island rumor whispered over campfires. His real journey, however, is about to begin. It is the island's airport that brings him here. A chance to make a lifelong dream become a reality.
I can't help but almost root for the Barefoot Bandit right now. Fly that plane, Colton.
I knew he loved planes. Since he was a little boy, he wanted to be a pilot. Loved them.
Is this his
a
dad?
plane flew over, and he said,
Oh, there
I
he-
can tell you
his
what
mom.
year that was built, who built it, and what size engine it has.
He was in the airplanes, read books about him, talked about him all the time. He even had pictures of airplanes hanging up in the
Holy shit, it's
room.
Nick Carter.
He drew airplanes.
Little celebrity cameo.
So when he got out, he wanted to steal a plane and teach himself how to fly it.
I was enrolled in HS with this kid's relative, and I straight up hung out with him more
was his
than
whole
once.
plan.
Dude was like chaotic neutral incarnate.
Yeah, this guy seems like chaotic neutral.
Colton sets his plan in motion from his mountain campsite, channeling his energy into the study of aviation. He steals and
Is
studies
there
aircraft manuals,
no security at all on this
thousands
island?
of online videos, and carefully watches the comings and goings of the small planes of Orcas Island.
I mean, it seems to me like the island was literally asking for a barefoot bandit to come through and rob their shit. Also, I really like the pitter-patter of his bare feet on the concrete. It's really goofy sounding. Like little slabs of meat being slammed together. I feel like this has just been a movie all written and directed by Quentin Tarantino. Like the barefootness, putting your feet in front of the camera on the plane, this all just really seems right out of Tarantino's foot fetishist mind. All it's missing now is Tarantino strangling an actress to get a cool shot. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Sabbath. I think one of my dogs took a shit. Or maybe it was me in awe of the barefoot bandit. It's a little early to tell. Good work, Colton. Yeah, baby. Damn. Where does he go? Oh. To hell, I guess. That's a toy plane, you're not fooling me. Hold on. I need to see what Kate is chewing on.
Let's do some punching. Yeah! Let's take our sling stance.
Sling stance.
The first punch is called the dock knocker. Focus your spotty strength and punch the number 1 on your spotty striker like this.
Cain and Abel, my sons, I am coming all to unlock and decode. Behold, I stand at the gate and knock and follow ALW Cough 3 anti Sawanu heaven and Ainworth. The gate is open. They are riding forth. Oh God, it's so beautiful. Solardre. Net Lord Hesrinith Lord Shalrin forever the Lord Reniathel. Lord Hesrinith Lord Shalrin forever the Lord High Scud Lord High Scud. Illard is God
Thank
Lord
you,
High Scud
Council.
Lord High Scud Lord
Thanks
High
to the Prime-
Scud Lord
thanks to the
High
Prime
Scud
Crotch
Lord
Goblin.
High Scud Hero is real Lord or God Lord is
Banlier. And the American Bear Warrior. I can't help but feel like this part of the anime here is a bit embellished from the real story. Thanks to the resub sitting ovation. This is really well made. So did that actually happen, or was that just for the
Authorities
cartoon?
believe the plane was stolen by drug runners. For the moment, the act that will make him a legend goes unnoticed.
Nice.
Colton vanishes into the wilderness.
This was one of Colton's camp areas here, because it's like about 125, 150 yards from where I live. And
Ruben Cortez is Colt's neighbor, but Colt lives in the forest, which means Ruben also lives in the forest.
This particular area, it's dark. I don't know.
Solid Ruben.
4:30. It's very secluded here, unless you know it's here. You got a 360-degree view.
Luckily we found Ruben jacking off behind his favorite elder tree, and we asked if he could do an interview, and it turns out he was neighbors with Colton. Thanks for the gift sub, Dextra. And welcome, Crandom.
You'd be surprised how many different operations that we did when we got a little bit of intel on where he was at. And sometimes we'd get very close. One time, 3 of my deputies found one of his tents and all of his personal belongings. The dog was impounded because basically we knew he wanted how much he loved the dog, and the dog was running loose, so it was a criminal offense.
So I called the animal shelter the next day, and they said they had her, but they couldn't give her to me because she was evidence. And I said, how can a dog be evidence?
Yeah, I don't know what the
She's
dog's
not
gonna do,
get
snitch
up
on
a
him?
Witness stand and talk.
That's what I'm saying, Pam. Thanks for the resub, Boner. He steals all the dogs. Now how the fuck did he get over the fence with a dog in his hand? I don't know about that, Barefoot Bandit. Oh. Oh.
One night, Colton picked me up in a beater truck, and he drove back to this house that he said he was...
Harley Davidson Iron Wing. It's like he named
he had
himself
told me the
after his
lights were
Dungeons
off.
and Dragons
We
character.
get there and the lights are on.
There's no way that's his real fucking name.
I stayed outside and I had a pack of cigarettes and I smoked the entire pack.
Animals
before he
can go
convinced
into
me to come
witness
in.
protection.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cute. Oh. You'll never catch the Barefoot Bandit that easily.
Colton dropped one of the
He
glasses.
slides to
Watched
catch
it
the
in
orange
slow
juice.
motion. I
No,
don't
my
know
precious
why it was
nectar.
slow motion, but it dropped all really slow, and then he ran past me.
Holy shit, he's like Quicksilver from X-Men.
I saw the glass shatter, and I turned around and ran.
Thanks to the resub, Moan. I don't believe this part of the story for even a fucking second.
Damn. I think he just got really addicted to adrenaline. It's the most addicting drug you can ever get addicted to.
Not true. Have you
Once have it,
tried
you always
video
wanna find
games?
something that can give you more of it.
They say it's like cocaine times 10. You'd think they'd amp up security around these places that he frequently robs and steals from, but I guess not. What is this cop? Oh, I thought it was a cop with a hand grenade.
A notorious teenage burglar from Camino Island may be island hopping.
Authorities believe
Oh,
Colton
shit.
Harris-Moore is connected to several burglaries on Orcas Island.
Went throughout
What is
the
that?
store with crowbars and opening doors, and I don't know exactly what all he used on the ATM.
As the tales of his exploits grow,
Jesus,
Colton
Barefoot
Harris-Moore's
Bandit.
crime spree may be spreading too.
Disabled 8 out of 14 cameras. As he went, he was barefooted. He got almost $10,000.
What?
Now here's where this story makes a turn for the almost ridiculous. In addition to all those burglaries, Colton Harris-Moore is
Colton Harris is in the
his
plane
latest
right
2
behind the
airplanes.
news reporter.
Airplanes.
We were watching him commit a crime
learn how to
live,
fly.
just
I
for your
remember
viewing
just being
pleasure.
sort of dumbfounded, thinking, how is that even possible? It just made it unbelievable and impressive. By the end of the day, every network affiliate in Seattle, I think, had been out to Orcas Island.
Colton Harris-Moore may have taught himself how to fly.
The suspect
Nice.
may be island hopping with stolen boats and planes.
Fuck yeah.
Law officers have referred to Colton Harris
As this
Moore
broadcast
as
is going on, I can hear Colton Harris outside
from the law.
keying my car and stealing it. What the fuck is the point of this little band? I'm not gonna give them money. Unless it's a song about Colton.
I was in Abbotsford, BC, Canada, when I met Colton Harris-Moore. My
Thanks for the
car started
resub,
making some funny
DTP.
noises, so I pulled off. This kid approached me, kind of out of nowhere.
Oh,
He
it's
had
the Grim
black
Reaper.
Military cargo pants. He had mud on his pants, maybe up to here. That kind of struck me as odd. Like
Thanks for the resub,
maybe
Dubs.
hiding in a ditch or something. Said his name was Sean, and then asked me if I was headed east. So then we were both waiting for Jordy here to come pick us up.
How much is left?
my truck.
That's right.
Oh god, what the fuck? How long is the Barefoot Bandit story? Holy shit.
Some of that green stuff, whatever. And
Whew.
can't believe I just said that on video camera. Yeah.
What the fuck else does he do? Invent time travel? Master aviation? Teleportation?
We were heading through a construction zone.
He started to duck down, like going through this construction zone. And I'm like, oh man, that's all right. Like, you know, to hide from these guys or whatever. And we kind of joked about it. Oh, what are you, a fugitive or something?
Yeah, yeah. So I asked him if he was a fugitive. He said, what? No.
I just have a phobia of construction workers.
I don't know.
Once he told us about how it was so easy to sneak across from the U.S.-Canadian border, then we kind of wondered.
Thanks to the resub, Sensual.
James offered to let him stay in his van at his house.
So when you were just sitting by the campfire, what was he doing? Just sitting in silence?
Sitting in silence, yeah. Just experiencing his high. We bagged him a lunch, me and my wife.
After smoking this weed, he becomes even more efficient at stealing airplanes and breaking into places. Ends up robbing Fort Knox. Steals the president's underwear.
Realized who this kid was.
It was about 2 weeks. Headline says SWAT team combs force for American fugitives. I'm like, whatever. So I looked at it and I was like, holy shit, that's the guy. That's the kid.
Thanks to the Prime Poop Cat. This kid's like fucking Naruto running around in this reenactment. I wonder if that's how the Barefoot Bandit really got around so fast.
He wanted to meet up with me when I was in Maple Ridge. We made a place and time. And he ended up stealing a BMW, black BMW, and drove it out there and met me. We hung out, talked about stuff.
He got out of prison in 2016? Really?
He wanted to go get a grapple hook and go rob
Thanks for the gift sub,
malls.
Bedwetter.
We ended up driving over to an
And the
airport in
Prime,
Maple
Aaron
Ridge.
Ginn.
And they had a couple bunkers out there.
Shit, I gotta take my dogs out. Sorry for blue balling you, but I need to take them out before the Barefoot Bandit comes and steals them. Be right back.
Let's start in the battle ready position. Ready. You turn your hips and blast downwards on the number 2 on your spotty striker. Wobbling. Now you try. Wobbling. Again. Again. Cloblin. Wow, is that a spotty striker or a corn dog? Because you guys put some serious mustard on that one. Battle ready. Ready. Okay, the third strike is called the Venom Vanquisher. It's your most powerful blast. You harness your spotty strength and explode with a double punch to target 3 on your spotty striker, sending the villain flying, like this. Ha! Now you guys try. Venom Vanquisher. Harder. Venom Vanquisher. Ready. Venom Vanquisher. Nice. You guys are looking strong.
I'm feeling strong.
Do you feel stronger? Let's see those arms. Give me a good flex. Whoa, guys, I'm glad Mary Jane isn't here. You're starting to make me look bad. I have a feeling the Green Goblin is going to be black and blue. Let's try a combo. Give me a Doc Knocker, a Cloblin, and finish it off with a Venom Vanquisher. Sling stance.
Sling stance.
Doc Knocker. Cloblin. Venom Vanquisher. Again. Doc Knocker. Cloblin. Venom Vanquisher. Now that's power.
Let's see you do it. Yeah, I want to see a Cloblin.
You want to see me battle? Check this out on the webcam. So, what'd you think?
Awesome! You're the best, Spider-Man.
Why, thank you. And you know what? I think you are finally ready to sling some webs. Want to do some pretend web slinging?
Yeah!
Are you ready at home? Thought so. Let's do it. All right, now slinging webs during battle is used for two main reasons. To web a villain in order to stop him in his tracks, or to catch a civilian who's been unjustly put in danger. So let's take our sling stance.
Sling stance!
Get ready to web. Now you extend your pinky, index finger, and your thumb. After that, it's all in the wrist. You try it. Web sling!
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 Whoa! That's pretty good, but don't point that slinger at me. Let's try again. Web sling!
Web sling!
Great job. But remember, you're in the heat of battle, you can't stand still for very long. Sometimes you have to spring around when you web sling. Let's try it with some movement. These are called jump slings, duck slings, and crawl slings. They look like this. Jump sling. Duck sling. Crawl sling. Now you guys try it. Are you ready?
Ready!
You at home, are you ready for some slinging? Jump sling.
Jump sling!
Duck sling.
Duck sling!
I'm back.
Crawl sling.
Crawl sling!
Let's get back after it with the old Barefoot Bandit.
Walking over there, checking out the planes. He was hoping that I would leave with him, but I just kept making excuses, saying, "Oh, I can't. I got stuff to do," and I kept telling him.
Nice of him to
I'll meet up
extend
with
the
him
offer.
somewhere else along the line. I didn't have the guts to go with him. I didn't want to, especially flying in a plane with him. Wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him, so.
It's kind of a fucked up thing to say. What's wrong with being the Barefoot Bandit's friend? Why can't you trust him? He steals for justice and fun. Thanks for the resub, Lieutenant Dog. All things considered, it doesn't seem like they're trying very hard to find him. Like, I'm sure he's contacted his mom and got some more bomb-ass hash browns for her, but they probably don't have any officers there. Kick shutting down? No, I didn't know that. Also, if he's out of jail now and works for his defense attorney, why don't they just ask him what exactly he was doing? Or does he not speak?
I was eating my lunch on that ridge over there, and I could see the white of it from that far ridge. The bushes were knocked down, so it was easy to tell that he came just on the other side.
Thanks for the gift sub, Bird. Fuck yeah, man.
Nosed in right there, and it kind of reared up and twisted and then lit. They said even as slow as he could go, he still probably hit the ground doing about 60.
Wow.
10 feet, he would have hit that stump, you know. Or
That
even
stump
less.
looks like the
I
first
looked it
tree
up
ever put on
the
Earth, the fucking
computer
tree
and
of
found out that
knowledge.
It was stolen out of Idaho. I kind of guessed it ran out of gas was my guess, but then as things went on, I found out that it wasn't out of gas. He put it here on purpose. And I brung the sheriffs back in so they could.
14-year-old kid aimbotting in news
From
interview.
there, I mean, there was everybody here. sheriff.
Why the fuck
state
do I
patrol,
care if there's a
border
14-year-old kid
patrol,
aimbotting in a
Homeland
news
Security.
interview?
They were all up and down
I don't
the
think we
road
should
with
send him to
SWAT
jail
teams
for it or
dogs
anything.
And guns and rifles, and it was almost silly. 2 days had already
Thanks for
gone
the bits,
by.
P.
He ain't
Mike.
around here.
Unless it's like a good video. I don't know if you're lobbying to get the 14-year-old arrested or something, but on the surface that just seems trivial.
I had got a text from my mom saying that a plane had crashed near our house. Did I see any action about it? No, I didn't know anything about it. I had just gotten home. There was some food missing, and our passports were gone.
Planes crash around Granite Falls all the time. It's like the Bermuda Triangle for hobby pilots.
So I decided to call 911 and get somebody out here.
Love y'all, bro. Been getting some great gains after doing the Spider-Man workout daily. Thanks.
Appreciate it, Macho.
Man.
Glad the workout's going well. Thanks, Spider-Man.
He said, he looked over and he said, "Did you hear that?" And I said, "Yeah, I did." And they geared up. They put on their full gear and started going. That's when the heart started racing a little bit for me.
Why is he just leaving the money? It's not like the money would have slowed him down. Oh, he didn't know they were coming. Thanks for the prime, Wolf.
The officer said they scared him when they came up upon him, so he didn't have a chance to grab anything when he left. So everything he had with him, he left behind. They came out with a
Holy
like
shit.
business-sized vinyl zipper deposit bag.
It's
just
all
stuffed
ones.
full of money. I think
Full of
the last
ones.
I heard they were over 20,000.
Oh wow, that's a lot of ones.
SWAT teams fan out across Granite Falls today in search of a suspect considered armed and dangerous.
Searching from the sky, this Homeland Security Black Hawk helicopter is outfitted with the most sophisticated people-finding electronics in the world, and yet not a trace of the burglary suspect has been found.
One thing that
That sounds like clickbait. By most advanced people finding machines in the world, they probably just mean one guy with good eyesight because he eats a lot of carrots or some shit.
Had his car stolen last night. A woman said she woke up and saw a tall kid roaming.
If you look behind me, you can see the Barefoot Bandit stealing the cop car.
And this extensive search hasn't turned up anyone.
Just the last moments.
Thanks to the
First,
Prime
police
Stream
activity
Streaker.
Here as deputies are chasing down every possible lead as they search for the teen, and it seems as though authorities are going to great lengths not to get Colton Harris-Moore's name tied up in all this, for fear that he becomes some kind of folk hero.
That
ship has
was really
sailed.
afraid that he was starting to look like this hero that to other kids would think it was cool.
It's pretty
and
fucking
that
cool
he was
though.
coming across as cool. Hey, this kid could steal a boat. This kid could steal a plane, and he could make faces at law enforcement. Keep on going. Law enforcement doesn't want some kid running around making them look like a fool, and then
Yeah.
being on the news looking like a hero.
No, I get it. I'd be pretty tight if I was a police officer.
Call it the Colton craze. Colton Harris-Moore has been the talk of the town and now the country.
T-shirt maker enjoys a spike in sales with his Colton Harris-Moore T-shirt that says,
Smart.
"Mama tried."
This is a tribute.
Oh, YouTube.
Harris-Moore. Harris-Moore, you do not bore me. Harris-Moore, you flew into the air like a phoenix. Barefoot boy became a man. He grew to take a sand.
Man, more things change, the more they stay the same. This is the exact kind of shit that YouTube still has.
Colton Harris-Moore.
And he's known as the Barefoot Bandit.
How the fuck did I never hear this kid?
Barefoot Bandit until today.
There have been videos of him everywhere. You turn on the news, you're gonna see him.
Bullshit, I never saw them. I was tuned into YouTube, the news, not Facebook, but most places.
Colton had thousands of Facebook friends. You know, people trying to capitalize on him by selling T-shirts and coffee mugs and writing songs about him. Yes, that's all part and parcel of being a folk hero. This is a kid who fulfilled the ultimate fantasy. He wanted to fly, and he did just that. Folk hero, anti-hero, whatever you want to call him.
I'll go
A
with
lot of
folk
people
hero,
and a lot of
turbo
kids found
badass.
True inspiration from this kid.
Here we are on Tomato Island. That's where Colton Harris-Moore is from.
How do you steal an airplane?
You don't steal an airplane, you steal off of airplanes.
He didn't steal off of airplanes. He stole 3 airplanes.
No, you... And the theft of at least 3 airplanes.
Oh, you feel pretty fucking silly now, don't you?
Steal an airplane.
He's taught himself to fly because he didn't have any training or anything. And he's been on the run for like 2 years from...
I wonder if these YouTubers are still around. I'm curious. Let's see. God damn it. Whatever. I'll look at Kara Lee, but I wanted to see Crise.
Hero, anti-hero.
What was her name? Ask Kara Lee. Carrie Lee. No, not really. Damn.
A San Juan County Sheriff's deputy said he nearly caught Harris-Moore in the woods and had him in his flashlight, and then he virtually vaporized in front of me. He recalled Colton laughing loudly from the woods when he realized he had eluded them.
Well, I play the new Fortnite season. If it's radically different, I'll try it. If it looks fun.
You see this and you're like, wow, a 19-year-old who's that smart does all that stuff and the FBI can't even find him.
Thanks for the resub, Elon.
You're kind of like wanting to root for him, even though you know what he's doing is wrong and everything.
He's not violent. He's a thief, but he's not violent. I think he's...
Exactly. That's why everyone lobbied on his side, because he didn't kill anyone or shoot anyone.
You can get t-shirts. There are several places where you can buy t-shirts now.
Yeah, let's see how many friends and fans he has when they catch him and send him to jail.
Probably even more.
I have a feeling he's gonna be all alone.
Well, don't you feel like a dumb bitch now? He now has a higher paying job than she does.
First time I met him was, there was an alarm at one of our local elementary schools.
Why the
and
fuck is he
myself and
breaking
another
into an
deputy
elementary
responded
school?
there and found an open door. So we went in and we searched the building and high and low, and it was real obvious that somebody had been inside the
He
building.
needs
because all the
crayons.
doors and the teacher's desk
For his
pulled out,
graffiti on the police
closets were
stations,
open.
right.
Somebody was looking for something. Well, the deputy that was with me opened a closet door, and there was standing this little boy, all of about 10 years old, and it was
What?
Colton Harris-Moore.
Oh, this is his origin
People should
story.
look more at who he is instead of what he's done, because what he did is completely different from who he is.
I think he's been in survival mode a long, long time.
Colton didn't know how to stop. That was all he knew.
Sometimes when you don't have the chance to prove yourself as a child, you get off onto a wrong track. And he got off onto a wrong track. He was a great kid. He probably still is, deep down underneath.
Jeff, you seem a little old to be friends with a 16-year-old kid.
Colton would wait by the side of the road and hitchhike, and he was about 10. And one day, this man picked him up. And about halfway to
People in survival
wherever
mode
they were
don't steal
headed,
3 planes, though.
Colton
You're right,
said
they
to
steal
him,
4. He's about
"You
to
know,
steal
my
his
dad's
4th one, I
really a
believe.
jerk."
At least if the chat's anything to go
That's
by.
something for, if you think about a 10-year-old, you know, out on the road hitchhiking, that would tell a neighbor, someone he probably didn't know that well, that his dad was a jerk.
Gordy left when Colt was about 2 or 3. Well, he kept leaving and kept
Oh,
leaving and
what a
come back,
fucking
and
twist it
then
would be if
finally
Gordy
left for
was
good.
also the Barefoot
he
Bandit
just
and they were
didn't
like committing the same crimes in the same style, so they kept getting it mixed up but on different parts of the world,
that
Canada
far
and the
away from
island.
here,
That'd be nuts.
to tell you the truth, and he
Gordy's still out there.
never paid child support. So I had a rough time.
He told me his mom was a sheriff and his dad was the pilot in the Air Force. They told everybody. But
How do I
guess,
feel about the reports of your
I guess
anti-LGBT?
That's not what it is.
His home
What are you
life,
talking about?
it was rotten. I have never heard in my life a mother use the words that she used against him at times. I mean, it was.
I think there's
it would
like
make me
30 minutes left, but I'm honestly
to,
just wanting to be surprised
home
now.
at an
I don't
early
want to
age.
know for sure.
I think he started breaking into houses just to see how other people live, because there's the dilapidated trailer that he lives in and new houses being built all around that are, you know, nice. I think it was a kid. He
No,
knew he was
Pam
doing
talks some
wrong,
big game.
but I don't think
Pam made him like
it was
illegal hash
criminal
browns.
intent. There was no.
A Reddit
intervention
post
to help
said you're
this kid. Like, there
anti-LGBT.
was trouble at school.
When today? Because I talked about Fortnite
trouble with the
shitty
police
parents?
and CPS. All those things had trouble.
What a
with
fucking
this
climate.
little boy, and not anybody stepped in. Nobody.
Como 4 News starts right now.
Turning a teen outlaw into a hero.
First on TV and now on newsstands, the story of Colton Harris-Moore is getting more national attention.
As it should. It's a fucking awesome story.
We're set back from everything along a dirt road. This is the entrance to Colton Harris-Moore's house. You can see there are several no trespassing signs out here now, adding to the mystery behind his life and really the neighborhood tension. She certainly
Luckily, Colton Harris had already stolen all the bullets from that man's gun. Didn't even know it.
But she was willing to talk.
The main thing I get angry about are him being accused of things that I know dang well he didn't do.
Are you hiding him from police?
Oh, God, no. He lives with friends.
So there are friends that are providing him refuge?
Yes.
So you don't think that he's escaping into the woods? You don't think he's living in the woods?
I know dang well he ain't.
How do you know that?
Because I've talked to him.
Ooh, that's a bombshell. Because he's here with me right now.
She doesn't want to be targeted by all the folks
In fact, we're stealing your car.
all about her son.
This is where Colton Harris-Moore grew up. Just Colton and his mom for most of his life.
If he flew planes, I'm proud.
How come?
Because he would have had to teach himself. Kids
Yeah.
do what they want to do. It isn't the parents' fault.
Was it the parents' job, though, to steer them in a different direction?
Sure. But not all kids can be steered.
You're not wrong.
I called his mother and said, what are you going to... If you could give him a Christmas
But there's
present,
also
what would you give
a
him?
layer of being a parent that needs to be there as well,
She told
Pam.
me she would give him
I like your hash
best.
browns, but you're very wrong about passing the blame. Thanks to the resub, Huntress. Thanks to the resub, Pain.
Running away from the law sure would be fun. Menace to adults, but a hero for kids. Sure it's hard to live life on the run, but you got a family and all of us kids.
How can you not be on Colton's side? Dude just steals planes to fly it and get a semi-chub. Crash landing it occasionally. Stealing from mom and pop shops, which is kind of fucked up. They work hard and make like no money.
The next time that we were out at Orcas Island after another plane had been
Thanks to the Prime Weebles.
hard landed, we went to a grocery store.
Yeah, I don't know then,
where
Rick.
The surveillance system had been dunked in a.
You wouldn't be on you wouldn't be on his side if he stole your plane.
Taking the time to draw.
I don't know, man. He became a
The
phenom.
store of these big.
I'd probably brag about
Rare
that shit.
feet.
Yeah, Colton just stole my Nintendo 64. What about you pussies, huh?
Just sort of flipping.
Oh, meth addict stole it. Cool.
The sort of thing that you might see written in a text message from one teenager to another.
Well, police believe it was Colton Harris-Moore who hit a number of businesses last year, but it is certainly the speculation.
Why do they have this
of the
old ass
town
man standing outside in a
that
hurricane?
deputies are still on the lookout for Colton Harris-Moore. Now, several residents of Orcas Island told us they'd be patrolling overnight with flashlights and radios to keep Harris-Moore from striking again.
I think we're well beyond the Robin Hood stage. We're into the John Dillinger stage.
Whoa, I don't know about that. We're still in that Robin Hood stage. What's up with the James Bond music? Who is that?
Behind me is the hangar belonging to a friend of mine, and it had been entered several times by Colton Harris-Moore. He'd set up this little nest there.
And he never saw it?
Had food, water, clothes, stolen property, flight manuals, and the deputies could be running around like chickens with their head cut off while he's sitting up there laughing at us.
He literally lived in the place he stole planes from.
I think he did plan to take my friend's airplanes, but he subsequently stole the wife's truck out of here and used that in another escapade.
Honestly, at this point, you deserve it.
Making phone calls.
Dude's living in your friend's
So the
business.
plan was for the FBI SWAT team to take up position in the forest and around the house, and hopefully Colton would appear.
Oh.
I'm not sure who was more surprised, but obviously he met the gentleman inside, and his response is really quite thoughtful. As soon as I'm confronted, I'm going to run, because that's my best tool.
No way he gets away. There's no way. This is how they catch him. I hope it went down exactly like this.
Authorities say they're closing in on a teenage fugitive in the San Juans, the infamous barefoot bandit Colton Harris-Moore.
We're talking about the FBI and several local police.
Colton Harris is the co-pilot.
To try to corner this teenager.
But after 2.5 years on the run, authorities may finally have Colton Harris-Moore right where they want him.
Oh, it's hardcore. That's a 5-hour energy for the Barefoot Bandit. Thanks for the resub, Chronic Fakey. Yeah, he's fucked. That was a good run, though. No way. This has to be a dream sequence. What?
We woke up about 1:30 to a helicopter basically hovering right above our house. At about 6 in the morning, my husband came out to feed chickens and do our
I feel like these people are making this shit up.
That's when he discovered
They're perpetuating the myth.
going through our property. He went right and saw the chicken coop and went
That's a
into
big
it,
fucking
and then
foot.
Came out and the tracks led away from the coop. This one
What is he,
was
a
found
hobbit?
Right about underneath where I'm standing.
She's got it framed like trophies.
And then this one was found over by our pickup truck that was
Cletus, you won't believe this. Colton Harris ran through our shit piles.
county
We gotta
deputy.
get it framed.
He had made a comment about, since you're the only one that has anything like this, you should, make casts and put them on eBay and see what you can get for them. And so we tried it, and we had a lot of people look at them, and we set the price high, and I ended up getting 2 death threats.
Oh.
On eBay. We hope that you're the one he kills because you're enabling him to proceed with his criminal career.
Man, the internet has not changed in 9 years, has it?
Doing it all and just as fun. They're probably gonna end up on.
I've already seen that hibachi. That was a long time ago. That was back when I used to watch Dog the Bounty Hunter before I
For
finished the
months,
show.
There is no sign of Colton. Some speculate that he's left the island, or died alone in the wilderness, or drowned in the ocean. Unsettling rumors reach Camino Island.
I told some news media, I said, write this. Tell him to contact me somehow, because I'm very worried.
Oh. Pam seems nice.
We knew he had stolen a boat and gone to Friday Harbor and stolen one there.
Thanks for the tier 1 foot sweater.
Stole another one on Lopez Island. Actually caught on video and took that to Camino Island.
People were just angry and frustrated on two levels. That people were elevating him to this level of folk hero. And
That's gotta be
angry
frustrating.
that he hadn't been caught yet, and that, you know, they might be next.
If he was on Camino
Yeah, because
Island,
what a shame
he
that
would
would
be
be.
shot.
The last place he was seen
I
at,
knew
they
that.
started selling casts
And
of his
that
fucking
scared the
foot
hell out
in
of
mud,
me.
making
want
money
him
off it.
stopped. Most of us want him dead. Period.
Yeah, that guy looks like he hates fun.
You guys probably don't want to hear it, but this guy is actually pretty sharp.
He calls himself a recovery agent. In other words, a bounty hunter. He and other agents are pledging, free of charge, to help find Colton Harris-Moore.
We're going to be here physically. We're going to be on site. Not every day. Nobody knows when we're going to be here. He doesn't know when we're going to be here. We've already started to get tips. Tips I'm sure the police don't have.
There's a little formula for catching a fugitive, and it's eliminate the places that they're comfortable. We were
If
watching
Mike is the
videos
one
of
that
the
catches
island,
him, I will
marinas.
shit my fucking
We
pants.
had boats patrolling the marine areas. We had
Mike
units
does what the
set up all
fucking
over the
federal
place in
law
vehicles.
enforcement couldn't do for 2 years.
You know, it was locked down.
Well, this was an
Thanks to the Prime
unusual
Asunder.
opportunity to get a glimpse of work that's normally hidden. 3 groups of masked searchers hit the woods and beaches on Camino Island, waiting for Colton Harris-Moore to show himself.
Most guys, when they're on the run, the quiet is good, low profile. I'm going to find a place and melt into the woodwork. And his was the exact opposite. His was like, here we go, try to find me. Catch me if you can.
Which is the right attitude to have. That's how you become a folk hero instead of just like a bath salt addict. Man, what an incredible 2 years for Colton it must have been. You're stealing shit, and for some reason the majority of the world is on your side.
The infamous Barefoot Bandit left a calling card at an animal hospital in Raymond. A worker there found a note with $100 to be used for the animals.
Oh.
Signed, Colton Harris-Moore.
We realized very quickly that he had moved south. Of course, the note was kind of a dead giveaway at the veterinary clinic that, you know, that it was in fact him. He signed it with his name. Here's a clue.
Ah, yes. Everyone knows that you can only sign your own name, otherwise it's impossible. I can't write anyone else's name down.
Driving each until it runs out of gas. He breaks into a half-dozen airports, looking for just the right plane to execute his plan.
Oh my god, yeah, baby! to kind of, I don't mean to kick sand in the face of the Barefoot Bandit, but I really don't believe all of this was him. I feel like a lot of people started doing this shit, and then all of it just got credited to him. Because I just can't believe half of this shit. He'd have to be the luckiest man on the planet.
"2,000 miles, 9 states, nearly a dozen stolen cars. Colton finally finds his plane in Bloomington, Indiana. He camps in a nearby patch of woods and watches, waiting for just the right moment."
Thanks for the resub, angered butthole. Yeah, this is one hell of a story, man. Yeah, like I said, I just don't believe half of this shit is... I don't believe all of this shit is him. I feel like a lot of people did this and he got the credit. Which, hey, fuck it, that's cool. That was his 4th stolen plane.
His final flight takes him 1,200 miles south to Abaco Island in the Bahamas.
I can't imagine he had a plan at all. He just seems to be going everywhere at random.
We were on the south side fishing for mutton snappers, and we saw the plane coming from the west. And it made, I don't know, maybe 6, 7 circles around the area.
Camino and orcas are super low crime, so it's pretty likely it was most likely all them. I've lived on Camino my whole life.
Oh, nice. Well, maybe everything on Camino was, but once he went international, I don't think it was.
That's how good a job he did.
Let me tell you about this man who stole a plane from the USA and crashed in my Bahama land.
The Barefoot Bandit might be basking in the Bahamas.
Investigators say a stolen plane from Indiana crash landed.
How the fuck are they getting all of that so quickly? I feel like the news reporters are just following him around just to get stories out of it.
$10,000 reward for information that leads to his arrest.
This boy don't use no shoes. They call him the Barefoot Bandit all over the evening news.
Cool song. He's got his own theme again.
I came here to open my shop.
Thanks for the prime,
The door
Franny.
was broken into, 2 Gatorades, 2 sodas, about 3 chips, broken into my cash drawer. Also, the police found that a lady's house was broken into and her vehicle was stolen.
How? Like, he just has to get so fucking lucky that A, the lady wasn't home, or B, she didn't hear him, and C, he found their keys.
I normally check the security cameras to make sure nothing happened the previous night. I noticed that all the cameras in the downstairs area...
You can't hotwire modern cars, not efficiently.
That's right. This boy ain't need to use no shoes. Tiptoeing around in people's living room in the nighttime. Washing their clothes. Watch it now.
I looked around, there was nothing missing. Nothing
Imagine
really
if someone
damaged
tried
except for
to
the door where
emulate the
they
Barefoot
wedged open
Bandit
with
in
a
this day and
crowbar or
age.
some other tool.
They'd go around doing like fucking
Tonight, you've
Fortnite
broken
dances
your
on the
face,
camera or
piece
some
over,
other
and
cringy
drove the
meme
boat
ass
down to a
shit.
roof.
There wouldn't be a humble Barefoot Bandit like Colton again, I don't think. Oh man, and fucking Reddit would hunt him down until his head is decapitated, just straight fucking annihilated. Such a hard-on for justice and in the wrong place most of the time. There would be no heroes in the Barefoot Bandit 2019.
The Barefoot Bandit has once again given police the slip.
I don't think 4chan would hunt down a barefoot bandit. They usually like this kind of shit. But Reddit, they don't know any better. Fucking Boston Bomber and shit? Oh no. Reddit would go nuts.
For 1 week, Colton Harris-Moore is
Yeah, I
the
still don't
biggest
know
news
Stream
story
Streaker. He just likes to
in
be
the world.
barefoot.
The barefoot kid from Camino Island showed them all.
Damn, how many of you are from Kamano? I thought it was a small island. Meanwhile, there's like 1,000 people in here from Kamano. Thanks, Carl.
For all his fame, Colton must have felt more alone than ever, 3,000 miles from home.
Yep, and no one around him. I imagine he did feel alone.
About 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
That was kind of the whole
this
mission
young man
that he
seen
took
my
on.
internet sign, and he said, "Ma'am, you think I could plug in with my laptop to your access? I need to talk to my mom. I haven't talked to her in over a month," or something to that effect. I said, "Sure." He says, "I don't have any money." I said, "That doesn't matter to me. Just
Aw,
make
Ruthie.
yourself at home." And I went back and I said to him, I said, "Would you like me to make you a sandwich?"
Aw,
And he said,
Ruthie.
"But I don't have any money." I said, "I'm offering you a sandwich. Would you like one?" So I made him a sandwich. He stayed there for a while
Thanks to the
Thank
resub
me.
dreamer.
and left. Actually, I kept a lot of people, not just me, on the island. We heard about his background, that he had a bad upbringing. He lived in the bush. My heart went out to him because my kid's father, he's dead now, but he left me alone with them 3 to bring up.
She seemed kind of relieved about that fact.
For my nephew next door.
I was half expecting a little fist bump at the end there.
No, I had no bad feelings. I didn't want him to catch it. No.
Perhaps Colton became lost in his own legend, or his thirst for adrenaline became more powerful than his need to be free. Maybe he just felt the need to write the ending to his own story.
Oh, does he turn himself in? That'd be the lamest shit of all time. Don't do it, Colton. Your story deserves a thrilling conclusion, like you try and steal a UFO from Area 51 and they finally get you. But not before you stole the secrets. Thanks for the prime, Creamy.
We were right out here on the dock, and out of nowhere, this guy came in on a boat, and all of us was looking to see who he was.
This kid in this 13-foot Boston wheeler comes in full speed, spun it like it was a jet ski.
When he came close, he's like, "He's the Barefoot Bandit. I'm Colton Harris-Moore."
Oh, now he's reveling in it.
I was like, "I don't know who the Barefoot Bandit is," because they were giving a big reward. So I wanted him to come in so I could catch him. And he kept saying repeatedly, "Call the cops for me, man," or "Call the boats," or something.
No, Colton, why?
Call the chopper.
He's like, "Well, I want to get chased. I'm bored." I was like, "What this kid into?" We're calling some of our buddies.
Okay, as long as he didn't turn himself in. If he just wants a chase, I'm totally fine with that. That's some pretty alpha shit. That's a big dick move.
Colton Harris-Moore was like, "Why are your buddy on the phone? I'm out of here. I don't want to talk anymore." And then he took off.
I got a phone call that they saw this white
He's
guy
probably so
saying that
disappointed in the
Colton
police.
Harris-Moore. I jump in my
I
boat,
expected to get
me and
caught
like
within a
11,
week, and meanwhile it's been
12
2
of my
years. I
friends.
just want to get caught.
They keep telling me, let's go, it's a reward, there's a reward. I saw this little skiff with this white boy in the boat, and he was like smiling. And he took off with speed, I took off with speed.
How old is he at this point? 19, I believe.
We chased them up and down.
Thanks,
the harbor,
Pooper.
Up and down, up and down.
Oh shit. Hey, that actually happened. How many Barefoot Bandit songs are there?
I've been driving boat just about all my life. I've been to captain's school, I have captain's license. But to him, he looked like he has some good skills. To put that move on me, that was unbelievable there.
Midnight, there was a boat coming in from the southern end here, and they were screaming outside in the area. They were screaming and chasing him.
That's a massive fucking flashlight.
But they thought he ran down.
Holy shit.
But by that time, he was already here, and I'm watching the speed he's coming with.
He's still barefoot in the security camera footage. That's wild.
And it's a white guy. White people running. I thought you in trouble. You see? He ran right into me. Right.
So I beat him with this giant fucking flashlight. It's the size of a sledgehammer.
I said, "Who's trying to kill you?" He spin around here. He grabbed these bushes. He break these down and just headed straight out into the property. I ran behind him. I was 50 yards behind him.
There's no way he did all of this barefoot though. And if he did, I want to see what the bottom of his feet look like today. Not because I'm a foot fetishist, but just because that shit must be a giant callus.
I called a detective called Hart. The police pull up. I said, he's right in the bush here. I said, what we need to do is quarantine this whole property. So he had to just sit quietly. We didn't hear nothing.
I got word that this individual was on the ground. I realized that, oh boy, this is it. We need to go for the big one. We need to go for the catch. Rally all of the troops, the on-duty officers as well as the off-duty officers. We need to mount an operation.
And this only happened because he turned himself over. Well, not turned himself over. Gave them the tip. Just because he was bored.
And the doc came.
What a shame, man.
He comes running. He goes, "Hey, y'all won't believe the bandit just put a boat right next to y'all boat. And y'all want to go check y'all boats out." And I said, "Man."
Yeah, it's a solid
he ran down
anime.
his dock.
I agree,
He had
Lightning.
long done surveillance. And sure enough, oh man, that is the dude.
We figured, okay, he's come, he's gone, he wouldn't be very smart to come back to the same place. Probably 3 minutes later, the officers started coming down from up top.
We had 2 teams of officers on the ground. One team of officers were actually pre-staged in that Ramar Bay area, whereas the other was mobile, checking the beaches, checking the marinas, communicating with the security officers and so forth.
He come right down through this thick patch of bush here, and he snuck himself right across this little picket fence, and he rumbled himself through this bushes here, and he come on the side of this lady property, and as he came through here, this is where he lured himself into the water.
And then he swam back to Canada.
We were all hanging on the dock right here, and everybody was just, man, that's not right. Both leaving with no lights and real slow out the marina.
Damn, driving right by him too. That's pretty strong.
Okay, he's stolen a boat. Okay, there's cops. Okay, they want to go catch him. We're the only people available to help them out.
So we decided not to because we're big fans of the Barefoot Bandit.
Got the cops on the boat and ran out there.
Damn, that's a packed boat.
Ronald's driving the boat, and I'm kind of hanging over Ronald like this. Yeah, getting the radar going.
So the kid's a thief who's been on the run for 2 years. In essence, you could boil it down to that, but it's a lot more than just a thief. This guy is a fucking icon. Yeah, I think he's fucked here.
Right now, we've just gotten on the sandbar. You can see the water's a lot shallower.
Right here. This is where he was, right here. He was actually sitting on his sandbar.
And the green part is the shallowest part of the sandbar, and that's why we were able to catch up to him.
Yeah, he wanted to be caught though. Like, this isn't impressive. If this wasn't his doing, I'd be, you know, like edge of my seat shit. But it kind of sucks because in order for him to get caught, he had to be the one to tell them, "Come catch me." Like that's kind of pathetic, really. You can't really celebrate that if you're an officer. Thanks for the resub, Golgo and Scott Mars.
When he put the gun to his head, said he was going to kill himself. I can't go back. I'm not going to go back. Ronald and I were looking at the GPS. We noticed that he was getting into deep water. You can see him go from this motion to where he was steering to turning around and throttling up on the boat, and at that point, Ronald told the officers, like, if you guys want to stop him, you know, it's going to happen soon, and you have to shut the engines. So he said, he's taking off, he's taking off.
Holy shit. Thanks for the resub, Spite.
They got him. The Royal Bahamian Police Force did what no U.S. cops could.
Yep.
They ended the run of the Barefoot
But,
Bandit.
to be fair, Colton told them to go catch him. He'd still be on the run today if he didn't do that, I bet. Thanks for the resub, Flip. Pam bails him out. She happens to be barefoot, too. What an underwhelming ending to such a fucking awesome story.
All I'm gonna say is
Solid.
He's safe, and I'm happy, and I love him, and I miss him.
And I think if he didn't, you know, ask them to catch him, he'd still be on the run and probably got a good 10 years going.
Hey Colton, how you doing? How you treating you, buddy?
See, all things considered, that's not bad.
Come and gather around me, people, and I'll sing you a song.
Oh, nice.
Sing it to you right.
That's smart as shit.
I think it's wrong. About a young man by the name.
Bullshit, it wasn't fun. If it wasn't fun, he wouldn't have been, you know,
I'll sing you a song.
taking pictures and shit, asking the cops to come for him. But now, chat told me he's out of jail now. So let's see. Colton Harris-Moore hopes to leave the Barefoot Bandit moniker behind. Fuck that, bro. Lean into it. Thanks for the Prime Blue Wombat. Maybe he has his own YouTube channel. I wanna hear from him. No. There's a shocking lack of Barefoot Bandit content on YouTube for something that was apparently so massive on YouTube in 2010. So is he out or... Yeah, he's definitely out. What do you mean? His channel? What? This? Oh, I don't know how I didn't see that. Oh, it's the voice of Colton. I'm wet. It makes me want to go steal something. Make sure to smash that like button and thumbs up, ring the bell, tell your mom I said hi. Yeah, that's about it. See ya.